This one yet. Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Monday. Monday. Yay. If you approach it with a yay, it's not so bad, right? If we start off our day with a yay. Well, I was going to go live on Instagram today, but I actually can't figure out how to do so. So I'm not quite sure. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? So I do a collective reading, and I also do individual card pulls after the collective reading. So I start with, like I said, my name's Tanya. I'm from Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self. Good morning, Clinton. How are you? From LinkedIn. So the general reading, we'll just get that going because I know that most people enjoy the actual being able to get a card pulled for them. So we'll just get on with the show. So the first card that I pulled for the collective is number 13, and it is fork in the road, but I pulled it in, hi Power Boy, I pulled it in the protective state. Good morning. I don't know who said good morning. I just see Facebook user, but good morning. Yeah, so the fork in the road. Let's look at what the essential meaning and the oracle's message, but we're going to pay attention to what the protection message is saying. So the essential meaning, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The oracle's message, every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled by or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. Hi, Marla. So the protection message, and this is what the message is for today, is indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. And oftentimes that really is good morning. Hello. So, that's a good message that not making a decision is still making a decision, and allowing other people to make decision is just giving up your responsibility and your power to somebody else, but you're still making a decision. Some of us, you think by not making the decision concretely that you're not making it, but you are. Even indecision is very much a decision that you're making, right? And you might as well keep your control and actually take the decision and make it yourself. So the other card that I pulled is number 14, Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. So good morning, everybody. What lights you up? Experiencing life as it comes, seeking the essence but not knowing the form. Right? Yep. Not choosing to make a choice is a choice. So the drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. It will become clear as you leave port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none to where you are destined to go, but be sure that you do have a compass to keep true. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even of your own beliefs and preconceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the drifter. Here, you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Good morning, Anne-Marie. Your laziness is an underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything that you require without your having to search for it by simply being instead of frantically doing. Hi, ladies. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The drifter helps you find what you're looking for, even when you didn't think you were seeking anything. Thank you. my main, I should have been a Leo, but I'm a Sag. My brother's the Leo. He should have had my mane of hair, but he's pretty much like, he's a little bald. So it's one of the big jokes in our family. I have so much and he has so little. So the first one was Tanya. You are the first one on the list. Nobody has asked just yet. So Tanya is the first one on the list for a card pull after the collective reading. Woohoo! As soon as I see the eyes up, I'm like, is that Tanya? The eyeballs. Okay, so if you missed the very beginning was to caution about not making decisions, right? Not making decisions. And I got you on Amanda. And Power Boy, definitely. Hi, Amberpreet. Welcome, love. And Anne-Marie, for sure. So the original card that got pulled was Fork in the Road, but it was in the protection state. So the protection state is that like not making a decision is still making a decision, or giving somebody else the decision-making ability. So where you just let somebody make the decisions for you is still making a decision, but you're doing the decision by giving up responsibility, right? It could be almost like, well, I didn't choose that. You chose it for me. But you still gave away your responsibility to that person. And yes, Amberpreet, I have you on the list, my dear. And then this one here, the Drifter card, was about experiencing life as it comes. So I think that's really just giving into the flow of life, and what comes up, comes up. Make decisions as it comes to you, but to be in that allowing life to just flow, not forcing things, not feeling that like that absolute drive to do. Just be a human and allow things. So more of like a yin energy, I would assume that card would be. So the other card that I pulled for it was the Seven of Swords. So deception or betrayal. Ooh, good morning, Jess. Definitely on the list. So taking only what's needed, the universe bearing witness to true intentions, getting away with something, being strategic, being grateful for the resources you have, moving silently and quickly. Now, in the Shadow Seer, it's lying to yourself or others, a need for perspective and honesty, secrets, something stolen. Taking more than your fair share, being held back by imposter syndrome. Traditionally, this card warns us when we must be on the lookout for deception, thievery, and betrayal. While we can sometimes find ourselves the victim of someone else's deceit, it's also a nudge to act in alignment with your own highest morality. Be sure you are being honest with yourself about the nature of your reality right now. Sometimes we pretend that everything is okay, or that we are doing the best that we can, even when we're not. It's okay to not be okay. So whoever asked for a card to be pulled last on Facebook, who says, I'd like a card pulled, please. I can't see your name. So if you can just let me know who that was, then I'll put your name on the list. Sometimes this shows up as recklessness or as avoidance of responsibility. So somebody's getting called out here, because that was what this part was, right? In that protection message. So somebody's not making a decision. They're in that state of like not making a decision or giving away their responsibility to somebody else, right? Hi, Desiree. Definitely. Right? So take only what's needed, and remember that no excuse outweighs your ability to act from a place of love and integrity. You cannot deceive your own heart, and the universe will always bear witness to your truest intentions. For you alone and vulnerable under the light of the full moon, the only thing that matters is the truth. Move forward with the lightness of conscience to guide you. Conscience to guide you. I act from a place of love and morality, and the universe witnesses my honest intentions, right? Matt, I can add Matt on the list. Okay, so it's a pretty good message so far. Now, like I said, I was going to be pulling cards from the astro deck so we could learn a little bit about astrology, right? Yeah. And it's hard. Like we get in that like analysis paralysis is what ends up happening, where we're like, I can't make a decision because like I used to talk about how I felt like I was walking along along the edge of a knife, and I could easily fall on either side and make a decision, and I could see a life happening no matter which decision that I made. So last October, after I did all of my healing and I decided that my toxic relationship was too much and I'm out, and I fled to Ontario. Not that I fled, I mean, I fled away from that situation because it was really scary, right? Like it was really toxic at the end. And I actually feared for my safety in that the person, because of all of the stuff that I'm into with, you know, like tarot cards and, you know, light workers, you know, witch stuff, things like that. So liking crystals and herbs and, you know, oracle cards and stuff like that. My person that I thought was my person thought that I was insane, and I actually went to not only my doctor, but my place of employment and my family and friends to tell them that I was insane and I needed to be institutionalized. So it got to that level of toxicity. So I literally fled from the province of Alberta to Ontario, but also at the same time, I was like, well, this is my opportunity to go home where my family is, you know, my mom and brother, and start a life. But it didn't pan out that way. And I remember the whole time, you know, when I went back to Alberta for a little while to make some money and get myself into a better position to launch my company. And I kept thinking, I could stay here. I could stay in Ontario. You know, I'm not making as much money as I need. I'm really struggling financially, but it's okay if I just take my time and I just, you know, I work things together, I'll be okay. But I just, you know, I was like, I could make this decision to stay here. I could make this decision to go. And then every decision along the way, it became the same thing. And then I had the contract that was paying me like really, really great money, and they wanted me to extend it. And I was like, well, I can extend the contract, or I can move back to Ontario like I had intended. Well, what am I going to do? Each one is a great decision. Each one has great opportunity. But I think that you have to realize it doesn't matter what decision you make. It's not going to be the wrong decision. Even if it seems like it's the wrong decision because you're getting an experience that's maybe less than savory from it, that's probably a lesson that you needed to learn about something in order to propel yourself to the next level of growth, right? Aww. Yes, my army, my collective of healers, my wonderful, wonderful collective of healers. Okay, so let's see what Midheaven says about this, and then we're into individual card pulls, okay? Sorry for the delay on that. So Midheaven talks about the pinnacle. The Midheaven contains clues about how your family trained you to be visible in the world, your relationship to other people's authority, and how you step into your own personal authority. It describes the future mountaintop, the pinnacle of your work in the world. The midheaven is the highest point of the chart, where the sun would be at midday. This most public, visible point of the chart acts like the flagpole on top of your personal castle. Woo-hoo. So now we know what midheaven's all about in our chart, in our astrological chart. So the action: inventory your professional reputation and ask, what can you do to strengthen it? Update your website, look at your definition of success and make sure it is your own, actually makes you happy, and is not one you have inherited from your family or mentors. Think about the training you received from these authorities and notice where it still serves you and where you need to release their preconceptions and step into something bigger. You may need to go back to hidden dreams or reawaken an ambition that may not make sense to anybody else. If you choose not to seek your sense of accomplishment as reflected in the outside world, your midheaven can speak of a quieter sense of personal authority. This is your life. Define the mountaintop for yourself. Take a next step in that direction. So the challenge: tradition or other people's expectation or your family history may be complementary to your idea of your own potential, or they may be hurdles to overcome as you find your true path. The gift underneath all worldly sense of ambition is a soul's longing to live out its potential. Listen to the call. So it really did support the cards that we pulled already, right? Because if you don't know why you're making the decisions that you're making, right? And they could be based in belief systems from your family, right? And whether it's your personal viewpoint of what constitutes success, your professional viewpoint of what constitutes success, is it being influenced by other people in your life? Are you allowing your life to just go in that direction, right? If I will pull a card for you, Murph. But yeah, it's just, like, make sure that you're doing things for you and for the right reason, and that you're not just being propelled by like society's idea of what should be done, what's successful, right? If society's idea of what's successful is billions of dollars, but your idea of what's successful is just peace and quiet, that billions of dollars isn't going to bring you peace and quiet. It's going to bring you anything but. Okay, Tanya, your card is up. Rush through the rest of that. I think we get the point. Decisions. Make your decisions. Don't allow someone else to make your decisions. And if you're having a difficult time making the decisions, review your values and morals and ethics underneath of it to make sure that you're making a decision based on your belief system, not what other people have given you, like your parents or teachers or friends, right? So, very cool. All right. Yeah. Okay, Tanya. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, John. How are you holding up? That can be a really, really tough thing. I hope that you have a really good support system. I don't know what your relationship is with your dad or if he's still around. I know that, the loss of both parents really feels like you lose your root, you lose your home when both are gone. So, and if your dad's still there, I hope that you're leaning into him, because he probably could use you as well. That's hard, right? It's really, really, really hard. But what are you doing for you? What are you doing for you? So Tanya, the card that I pulled for you is number 23, peace. And I pulled it in the protection state. So let's read what the protection state is for that. Number 23. So peace. The essential meaning is freedom from attachment and radical acceptance. Some of us have a hard time. Hey, baby. Some of us have a hard time with that radical acceptance piece, right? But the facts are the facts, and where you're at is where you're at. It doesn't matter. No amount of is going to, change the situation that's at hand, right? The facts are the facts. So it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. But the protection message. Now is the time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again, your life will be filled with beautiful music. So there could be a bunch of stuff going on outside of you that's affecting your inner world. Go inside and keep that inner world more calm, balanced. Spend a little time meditating and reflecting and just keeping that outside, those outside things outside. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? And Amanda, this is your card. And then Power Boys after Amanda. Remember, we don't take cards that fall on the ground. You're welcome. I can't remember, but peace came up. Peace came up. Yeah, I pulled peace. So the main oracle card reading that I do for people, that I charge 45 Canadian for, it gives you your spirit animal, and it gives you the message that your spirit animal is trying to give you right now. But it also tells you the message that your spirit animal's been trying to give you for a while, but that you haven't been listening to. You kind of been pushing it away. And then it talks about, where your, how you can be open to messages in the future. So being more open and receptive to messages from spirit in the future. And then it tells you the life path that you're on. So it's a really, really good one. Hi, Angela. Awesome. I can put Angela on the list. This card's for Amanda, though. So Amanda. Oh. You're just being stubborn. I get it, girlfriend. I've been stubborn before. I'm like, nah. And I'll put you on the list too as well, Joanne. I think that the spirit of the animal is just for the moment. I think that we align with different spirit animals at different times within our life. It's what's relevant to us at the moment, then it's going to deliver us the proper message. Walking flamethrower. Right? Amanda. Orphaned in the protection state. And just because I know like some of the decisions that you're warring with, this card, as soon as I see it, I'm like, yep, there's the message that you need. So orphaned, a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. And I know that that's what you're struggling with, right? As soon as I saw that, and I know that she's struggling with a decision of where to move, right? Where it's going to provide the most, right? So to hear that uncertainty about your place in the world, when you're struggling with a decision with a move, is pretty big. So the main message, I'll read that, but then pay attention again to the protection message. So we are all meant to have connections with people within our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So the protection message, which is the state that I pulled the card in. Good morning, Jenny. How are you? The shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect with others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So a pretty big message there for you, Amanda, for sure. For sure. I think it was definitely on par with the question that you were asking about. So this is for Power Boy. I hope you're still there, Power Boy. And then after Power Boy is Anne, then Leanne, then Amarpreet, Jess, Desiree, Matt, Mirth, Angela, Joanne. Right? You're so welcome. Yes. Yay, Power Boy. All righty. Yeah, this little boo-boo here. Oh, this is a good message. I always like when we get this message. Chop wood, number 42, I believe. Yep. I've gotten it a few times. Number 42, chop wood, but in the protection state. So I'll read the essential meaning and I'll read the main oracle message, but then I'll read the protection one. And that's the message that you'll want to really pay attention to. Okay. So 42, chop wood. The essential meanings are being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. This is for Power Boy. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it's in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity, right? If you're always thinking about that end goal, you felt funky, maybe you need this message too. So when you're focused on the end goal, like what I'm going to get, what I'm going to achieve, where I want to end up, that's sometimes because we're in that, like that forward state of mind, in that creation and doing. We're not in that state of being and receiving. So sometimes letting go of like the need to direct how it's going to get where you want it to go, and just allowing the form to naturally come is it changes things. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, this is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative and contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you think. So the protection message: are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth and fame, big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you might be devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out of the chair to make things happen. You actually have to do something. Start with a small task. Remember, the big dream becomes reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell once said, "Take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you." Right? We get into that manifestation mindset of, I'm going to think it, I'm going to feel it, I'm going to dream it, I'm going to believe it. Or we start thinking about, sometimes we get, so many options in front of us. And it's like, I could make money doing this, and I could make money doing that, and I could do this, and I could do that, and I could get there this way. And it's just, you get overwhelmed with all of the options. So then you just stay in the thought process and in the dreaming and in the, in the thinking stage. But in order to bring things into reality, so manifestation, that works on the spiritual level, that works on the mental level. But in our world, that's a very physical world of 3D. We have to do action to make it manifest into our reality. There has to be some level of action. Even if, manifestation means that you're aligning things to you, right? And things happen in this really synchronistic way. And, it'd be one of those things where for whatever reason, all of a sudden you're like, I just need to go for a car. I need to go for a drive. I need to go get something. And you'll go to a store, and you'll just end up at this weird store and end up having a conversation with somebody who gives you his card because he's into the same stuff that you're into and has a job offer for you. Like, that's the way that stuff manifests. But you actually had to do something. You had to get out in your car and drive and go to a store and align yourself with that person, right? You can't just sit in a chair, dream about things, and have something fall into your lap that's going to work. That's kind of the principle of that statement of chop wood in protection. Ooh, almost botched the cards. Caught myself. All right. After Power Boy, Anne. This is for you, Anne. Let's see what message we can't get for that. I hope that resonated. You're welcome, Power Boy. Right. So whatever you're dreaming about, start making little steps towards it. I love that message. So I do 369 manifestation, which is where you write your manifestation down 3 times in the morning and visualize. Then you write it down 6 times in the afternoon and visualize, and then 9 times at night and visualize it. But you have to still be doing those little steps towards it, right? Like, so this would be me doing this as a step towards those dreams, right? But one of the things that I write down when I'm doing that, because it asks you, where are you going? And I always say, I'm taking 1 step towards my dreams so that the gods can take 10 steps towards me. And I write that down every day at nighttime, right? Every day at nighttime. There's a great book. It's called 369. I'm looking for the cover of it. No, it's not on the table. It's a 369 manifestation book. I think it's like $25 or $30 or something like that, Amanda, for us Canadians. But it's 369. You can get it off of Amazon. That's where I ordered it from. I'll show you the cover of it. I started a challenge with it at the beginning of November. And so I'm, on day, say 21 of it. But it's the Tesla, the Nikola Tesla manifestation technique, but in a book. Okay, Anne, took long enough for me to do it, but poised in the protection state. Okay, so poised in the protection state. Number 48. This is for Anne. Get to the right spot. 48. So in the protection state, okay? So poised, the essential meaning is being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. Now, if it was in the upright position, the message, you can be as assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. But the protection message, you are not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines. Pretending you know what you're doing works sometimes, but if you adopt a fake it till you make it attitude, it will land you in some muck now. This is not the time to wing it and deliver something half finished. It's okay to postpone things until you are really ready. It's better to disappoint others than to wish you had later. So whatever you're bringing into the world right now, it's just not quite there. You just need to tie up some loose ends, or it'd be kind of like, you're bringing you have a present that you're going to give somebody, and you've put it in a box, and it's like, just wait, you're not ready yet. You need to put a ribbon on it. You need to put a name tag on it. You need to finalize the thing before you put it out there, right? So you're almost there, but there's some fine little details that need to be completed before whatever you're launching or you're going into, that it's ready for you or you're ready for it, whether it's some inner work that needs to be done before you get to that space. If that makes sense, that acronym or that way of relating it. So after Anne is Leanne, and then after Leanne is Amarpreet, then Jess. Okay, so we'll go down the list a little bit. Whoa. And again, I never pick up the cards I drop. I think the cards drop on the floor just to change the direction of them, right? Ciao, Bella. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. We got a ton of snow yesterday. Yeah. Hi, Letitia. I'll put you on the list. We have a decent list going, so I just hope that everyone can be patient. Okay. But I will get to everybody on the list. It's just a matter of can you hang on until I get to your name. Right now we are on Leanne. Oh, sorry, not Leanne. Are we not on Leanne now? Yes, we are on Leanne now. Hi, good morning. Go work on your dreams. I think your dreams are gonna be magnificent. I'd love to know more about what your dreams are. But I will see you back here again tomorrow, same time, same place. So for Leanne, I pulled you Yin in protection state. So Yin is that beautiful female energy, that receptive energy, where we consciously make decisions, but from a more accepting energy as opposed to go and grab it. So Yin, the essential message, the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of consciously allowing. The oracle's message. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. Oh, I love that. I love that. No, on my Monday morning ones, or on my morning real on my morning things. I mean, if you give me likes, you can give me whatever you want. I'm open to receptivity and any level that anyone's willing to give. However, on my morning ones, it is free. It is free. So your protection message, Leanne, do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. You receive the bounty that is yours. Right? Isn't that a good message? I put you on the list, Madison. Why does Jay's energy? Well, we'll have to see when we get to that. Okay, after Leanne, I hope that was a good one. And it's true. Add that back to StreamYard. Okay. I don't know who's all there. It did freeze. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? If Facebook can just give me a little update, because I was on Amarpreet, but I'm going to pull Matt's card real quick here for you, dear. Okay. Hi, yay. And then I'll go back to Amarpreet. So Matt, to the sea, number 7. Yeah, just all of a sudden this just froze, and all my internet pages just like crapped up, and I have no idea what happened. It just not cool. But it seems to be back up and running, so we're okay. We're okay. So Matt, your card, to the sea, number 7, and then it'll be Amarpreet Jess Desiree. Okay. Number 7. I figured since we were, kind of messing around trying to get that back up and running, I would skip back and do a card over here. So the essential meaning is being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The oracle's message. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. In the relationship, there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. In a prosperity message, everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunity to wash over you and wake up your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, and most important, your core beliefs. Everything that flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. So being in flow, right? And that's a good state for us to all be in, is in that flow. When we try to control things and try to make stuff happen in a specific way, sometimes what comes to us is way better than we ever could have possibly imagined, right? If you picture, I need to have, my girl or my partner needs to be 5'2", 100 pounds. She needs to be, the certain specific way, like she has to be blonde, she has to be whatever, right? And then you limit yourself from the ability of seeing like a whole spectrum of girls, because in your mind you're thinking, this is what I really, really want, right? And maybe the perfect person that shows up for you that's going to like completely blow your mind is, this feisty brunette who's like 5'6" and, is whatever, right? Like, so that's the kind of the concept of like when we're trying so hard to predict or dictate or control the outcome, or we have in our mind such a concrete idea of what success or what, a relationship looks like to us, that we sometimes close off the creative flow of whatever could come to us, because maybe what's meant to come for us doesn't fit in the package that we think it should, but it's going to be way better than what we ever expected. Okay. So Anshara'El, as soon as I just throw them everywhere. Apparently I needed to change the orientation of some of the cards. Hi, Usha. Welcome from YouTube. Okay, Anshara'El. I hope you're still here after the little crash. Oh, hi, Eddie. I can definitely do one for you. We're working down the list. We're at Anshara'El now. Okay, we've got a few to go. So Anshara'El, regeneration in the protection state. So number 46 in protection. So again, I'll read the initial message and then I'll read the protection message for you. So the essential meaning is rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. So the message that the protection message for you, Anshara'El, endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, death, decay, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. And yes, you can, Yusha. I can put you on the list for a card if you would like. Okay. Or you can just ask me the question. So yes, you are, Letitia. It's a good list. That's why I said we just have to be patient, because I put everybody on the list who requests to be on the list. And at this point, I am broadcasting to my Facebook profile, my business page, 4 Facebook groups, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. So between all of those, I have people asking for cards on the other ones as well. So it just takes time to get to you as well. So right now we're on Jess, and then after Jess is Desiree. Okay, very productive. I did Matt already, so I can cross him off the list a little bit down. All right, so Desiree. Oh, this one. It is this one. Oh, Desiree, number 35, loyal heart. So let's see, Desiree, what the message is from number 35 for our loyal heart. So 35, fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit to them fully. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust, have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Relationship message. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. I was saying this is for Jess, right? I just want to make sure that we know this is for Jess, because for some reason, all of a sudden, I had a pop of mind that Desiree, and maybe it's that Desiree needs to listen to this message too. But anyway, this message is for Jess. Prosperity message. No, Jess was the, I didn't, no, Jess. Oh, all the, just my squirrel brain caught on there for a second. And I was looking at messages on here and messages on there. And I know I was confused too, Jess. It's okay. We're all confused at this point. I was pulling a card for Jess. So this is Jess's card, number 35. And like I said, for some reason, Desiree popped into my mind, and I'm wondering if this message isn't for the both of you. But I will pull a card for Desiree after this. So just remember, the question that you're going to ask yourself right now is, are you as loyal in return as the people in your life around you? And then with prosperity, your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans, while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time of joyful celebration of Spirit, your manifesting partner. Sorry, I was putting your two names together. Like I said, I feel like this card was a potential for the both of you, and that's why I was getting the two of them overlapping like that. But so yeah, loyal heart. There's loyalty around you. The people that are around you are loyal and true. And ask yourself if you're as loyal to them. And then when it comes to, you know, whatever you're looking at prosperity wise, you've been putting in the work and the effort, and just stay loyal to that dream and keep working, going forward with that. Okay. Now this card's for Desiree, and I can put you on the list. Hello, how are you? Madison, you are a little ways yet. I'm doing Desiree now. So then Desiree, go the distance, Desiree, in protection mode, number 47. Okay, so this is for Desiree. Keep this separated this time. So after Desiree, I have Mirth, Angela, Joanne, Letitia, Madison, and then Eddie, Yushna, and Liette. I will put down now. Okay, Liette. Yes, you sure can, Walter. It just take me a little bit to get there because I do have quite the list on the go at this time. Hi, Alla. Okay, 47, going the distance, in protection mode for Desiree. Keep ourselves straight. So, Alla, Going the distance, endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long-term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So the protection message, and this is the important one, Desiree. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of the desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul, because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. So that's a really good message for you, Desiree. Okay, now we've got Mirth. Oh, not boxing the cards again. Mirth. All right. Mirth, then Angela, Joanne, Letitia, Madison, Eddie, Urusha. Hi, Kimbella. How are you? You sure can. We'll see what we can do about that, about bringing clarity to that question. All right, Mirth. It's this dude here. Mirth, the fork in the road in protection. So this is what was for the collective reading this morning. So I'm going to just really quickly read number 13 in protection. I'm just going to read the protection message again, but not the whole message. I mean, we know that with the fork in the road, it's making a decision between two different spots. Are you going to go on the road less traveled, or are you going on the road that's more worn by other people, right? But in the protection, indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson, right? Because Spirit will take you to the lessons. It will take you to an experience or a lesson. I put Marianne on the list. Okay. So take that message, right? You're either, whatever decision you make, it's never going to be the wrong decision, right? We feel like it, but good morning, Betty. Right? You make decisions for yourself. Otherwise, you're giving up your responsibility for others to make decisions for you. And don't worry about making a wrong decision, because there's never a wrong decision. You're just going to have an experience, or you're going to learn a lesson. And you probably needed to learn that lesson in order to evolve and grow and become the person that you need to be. Okay, so Angela, this card's for you, Angela. And then Joanne, and then Letitia, and then Madison. Joanne, breathe. Number 29. Yes, you're on the list. I just didn't go all the way down to that spot. But 29 for Angela, which is breathe. So patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Oh, you can definitely be on the list, Betty. Listen and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. Good. Relationship message. Don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. And the prosperity message. You have worked long and hard. Your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one, moving languidly, yet still progressing right now in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins this race. You will indeed win if you relax. Stay the course. Trust your inspiration. Trust your intuition, and breathe. No, so I pull the cards, I read the message from here, and then I add more into the messages. So sometimes my stuff gets mixed in with that, but I didn't write the entire message. So, all right. So I hope that, Angela, that message resonates with you about just needing to take the time to just breathe and stop trying to push things into happening or into action. Hi. You're scared of the feeling of something big in store for you? Sometimes you have to look at the energy that we're feeling, because anxiety and excitement run very, very close together. And you're a Capricorn, so then you're getting close to your birthday year, which is the start of a new year, right? The start of a new year where you can start planning astrologically, like what are you going to do for your entire year? Like there's lots of stuff with that. All right, Joanne, this card is for you, friend, on TikTok. TikTok. Joanne. So if you are on, big doesn't need to be, right? We spend too much time looking at things in the negative. If you just reframe your mind and stay in the positive, exactly. That's why we do it. Our experience, if we've had trauma or, had bad experiences, our whole life, we predict our future based on the past. Right. So if your past was challenging and negative in a trial, then you're going to expect that your future is going to be the same, but it's not. Right. We have to let go of that. We're going to repeat the same things. It's your mindset that's going to change the way that your future is going to show up. Right. If you believe in the positive. Hi, Malet. All right. So Joanne, I had to cross them on my list so I don't go back in time. Joanne and then Letitia. Okay. So Joanne. In protection, why? So let's see what the essential meaning is, and then we'll look at what the big meaning is. And I actually opened it right to the page. So this is a message for you, Joanne. The essential meaning: motives, driving intention, the power of knowing why. There is a great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So Joanne, the protection message: sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better, because fame would cause people to admire you and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with a partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong. But deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness you seek. So good message there for sure. And that was for Joanne. So after Joanne, now we're on to Letitia, then Madison, and then Eddie. But right now, Letitia. So this is your card, girlfriend. Milk and honey in protection mode. So number 51 in protection mode. So the essential meaning, and remember, I'll read the essential and the main message, and then I'll read what the protection message is. So you want to pay attention to the protection message. So the essential meaning, the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. The oracle's message, you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you're a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Now, this is the message part that you want to pay attention to. This is the protection message. A nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and comfort as a means to escape what's really going on. It works in the moment, but only fleetingly before the feelings return and you need to re-up until you're exhausted, feeling worse than before. You may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to spirit. Now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. So I think that energy that you're feeling coming through for the new year, it is a prosperous energy. It's a great energy that's there for you. But before you get there, you have to go into the state of just really nurturing yourself, letting go of those negative thoughts that, that encumber you or that take you away from that, right? Just that real self-care, just love yourself and don't go to things like, consuming negativity, whether that's negativity through TV, or, like we go to food, drugs, alcohol, gossiping, like all of those things, workaholism, perfectionism, all of those are ways that we avoid actually just healing, dealing, feeling, dealing, healing, right? They're all in that same state. So just go into that and do that. Yeah, that's a lot of loss in a short amount of, in that time. That's a lot of people to lose. But never think of yourself as being alone, for you always have spirit as a co-partner. Well, you know how to take care of yourself because you apply the principle that you apply to other people, but to yourself. So if you were to take care of somebody, you'd want them to rest. You'd make sure that they were comfortable. Meditation, doing movement, being kind and compassionate towards yourself. Talk to yourself in good language. Those are all great ways to show self-care, right? Moisturize, be disciplined. Right? You think about if you were to take care of a small child and, you were to take care of that small child, how would you nurture that? How would you nurture that small child? Hi, Donna. How are you? Okay. Letitia, now Madison. All right. And after Madison is Eddie and then Yusha and then Liette. Okay. Hi, Madison. All righty, what am I sensing for Madison? This dude right there. Oh, why? I just think it's funny. Vusha? Okay. I will. Perfect. Vusha. So why? Why in protection? I'm not going to read through the whole thing, just the protection again, because it was for you as well. So it's really about asking yourself. So sometimes I just want to make sure I'm on. Definitely. Okay. Sometimes subconsciously denying the truth. I do this every now and then. Aw, I give you a hug too. And do virtual hugs like this. Or a really good way to give yourself a hug, or to give that feeling of a hug to your body, is to put your hand on your chest here, right? And you just put pressure there, just that hand pressure, and just hold it there for a while. And your body will feel as though you've received a hug after time by holding it like this. It just puts that same feeling within you. Or you could always do this and actually like give yourself that hug, and rubbing your arms in a downward fashion drops your brain into delta waves. And by dropping your brains into delta waves, it's very soothing, as if you were an infant being soothed by your mom when you were a baby. It gives that same soothing energy. Okay, Madison, why? Sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness, right? So you may want to, so why do you want this person in your life? Why do you want to reconnect? Why do you want, like, it's really understanding the motives beneath it, right? And sometimes the motives get a little bit hidden from us. I'm sure that, sometimes we want to get back together with an ex because maybe they were the one that broke up with us, and we want to get back to them. And then we want to be like, no, man, I'm leaving you. I'm the one that's going to leave on the high ground. That is me, right? So understanding the why beneath it, that lack of closure, and what can give you closure, right? That relationship was not meant for you, was not your intended partner. And, there was probably an experience that you got from that. And you take that experience and you move on, and just aligned more truly to yourself from that experience, right? Relationships teach us what we don't want, what we do want, what we like about ourselves, what we don't like about ourselves, what we need to grow and change, and how we can just, be better to align with those people that we want. So if, say that person was like massively into video games, and, that was a source of contention with you all the time, well, the partner that you want is not a partner who's going to be absorbed in video games. That's not an activity that you think is, something that you want your partner to be doing. So you're going to look for somebody that maybe isn't a gamer, as an example. And it's just something that popped into my head. We know lots of men that play video games. So it just gets you closer to alignment, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to have better boundaries. I'm going to love myself more. That's what we get out of those relationships as we go along. So how did you become more yourself? And then maybe that will help you get closure on that relationship. How did that relationship help me become more me and love me more and know more what I want, as opposed to, needing to have a last word or something? Yeah, that's a good person to have. You want loyalty and honesty and trust, right? They're very good key points of a relationship. Absolutely. So start by being truthful and to yourself, right? Create that loyalty to you and the honesty to yourself. And then when you have that built within you, you can manifest or pull someone with those same traits towards you, right? Eddie, got your card. This little dude. Yeah, we had this one already today too. Poised. So whatever you're working on, it's almost there, just not quite ready to be launched. That's what this card talks about. It's almost, you're at the brink of it, but just hold on a little second. just go over the details, review what you've done thus far, make sure that it's really at the state that you want to release it. It's just that, like, take that little pause before doing it, right? So like I said, with using that present as an example, if you're giving a present to somebody, right now you have it wrapped in a box, and that pause for a second is maybe you should put a bow on it, put the name tag on it, like just those fine little details. Maybe, take the bow and make, like, whatever, make it just pretty it up. So it's taking that last little moment to just make sure that all the details are where they need to be, right? You're not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines, and don't just fake it till you make it, right? This is about postponing things until you're really ready, rather than disappointing people later, right? So just take that. It could be, just you were going to launch today, and maybe wait until tomorrow and just make sure that you've dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's, that the contract's done well, things like that. You're welcome so much, so much. Aw, enjoy. Give that little baby some lovin's. All right. So I hope that gave you some insight, Adita. Now, Vusha, you're welcome. Vusha. And then Liette, Walter, Allah, if you still are there and want a card, woohoo, throw them around. See, this is how they get mixed up. Okay, that's on that. You're welcome. Awesome. So you'll be after this card. So this card, Vusha, and then Liette. That one's calling right out to me. Go the distance. Number 47. So we already read this card today, and I enjoy that the multiple messages come up. 47, going the distance. So to bring your dream to life, you must think long-term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So you're either in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? In prosperity, in business, finance, your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long-term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stoke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all phases of manifestation. Be assured that you are in the right place right now. And this almost has that divine timing to it, right? So life's as a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, we are in a culture of instant. I need it now. I want it this moment. I don't want to wait for things, but just know that it's going to come to you. You're doing all the work. You're doing it you're laying down the foundations. You're doing what's necessary, and it will come to you. It's just maybe not just yet, right? And because life is a marathon, know that you have lots of time for it to come to you, and just keep doing the work and keep, going in as long as you're being authentically you and aligned with who you are, you're going to have that prosperity, or that relationship that you desire is going to come to you in the form that it's supposed to. Okay. Nice. Virtual. Oh, throwing another card on the floor. Throwing another card on the floor. Hi, Rasbo. It's going well. We had a massive snowstorm. I don't know. I guess it was a decent one. We've gotten quite a bit of snow. We had literally like just the little tiniest bit of snow here, and then Buffalo got hammered, and we got the effects from that, just a little not so bad as Buffalo did. Like I think Buffalo, like some places they got like at least like 60 centimeters. I think we got at most in certain areas, we got about 50 centimeters. It was definitely worse near the lake, like near Lake Ontario, but it's a lot of snow. I mean, on my balcony, the snow that's on the banister it's like this tall. I shoveled yesterday. I might get to shovel again. And oh, if anyone's interested, this is cool. If you have to shovel snow, yes, I'm trying to learn Spanish. So I decided, because my sister-in-law actually mentioned about how she immersed herself in it by listening to music. So she was listening to a lot of Shakira when she was learning Spanish. I'm going to learn it till I know it, perfectly. So yesterday, while I was shoveling snow, I was listening to Spanish music. And I have to say, it really changed the experience. Really, really changed the experience. Because it just felt like a celebration outside, listening to Latin, Spanish music, and, how that would be really, think more of tacos and, sunshine, maybe a beach or two, Mexico, I don't know, think of something warmer when we're thinking of Spanish music. But while I was out there shoveling, and it just totally changed my mind around it. Okay, so Liette, this is your card, Liette. And yes, working outside, that's tough. I did that for a bit too. Building blocks, my dear. Number 28. So let's see what number 28 is all about. And then I'm going to take a sip. All righty. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly remarkable and beautiful design. Relationship message. When you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving forward, laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. In prosperity, you have everything you need to turn iron into gold in the alchemical process of creating the prosperous life you desire. Now is the time to build on the strong foundation that you have laid for your prosperity. Keep in mind that these building blocks are imbued with the sparkling energy of your intentions. Own your dream, and remember that you always have more than enough, and you always are enough, so abundance is ever present. Your creativity is divinely inspired, and the design for your life is taking shape in service to the world. You are meant for success. Well, that's a beautiful card. Right. And I love the message about your values, morals, and ethics, and making sure that they still hold true to you. We don't oftentimes question why we believe the things that we believe. We just started believing them because, we were born into a home that had a specific set of values, morals, ethics, etc., right? Or we exist in a culture that has those specific values, morals, and ethics, right? When you become a nurse, as an example, in nursing, there's a certain culture to that profession that we adhere when we take on that role, right? So you have to think about, does my values align with those values? Are my core beliefs the same as those core beliefs, right? And I always like to use that, like that would be an example of somebody growing up, say back in the 60s when interracial relationships were frowned upon, right? That could be a moment in time where you're standing up and going, no, I don't agree with what my parents are saying about interracial relationships. I think that love is love, and that's what I hold true with. Right. So then you step away from those belief systems and adopt your own and make sure that they're just in alignment with you. So there, beautiful message. Okay, Walter, this is for you, Walter. If you're still there, I hope you're still there. And then Alla, Mary Ann, Betty, and Donna. Okay. And I think after Donna, I'll close it for today because, there's still a few and we're at 10:22. So let's go to the end of this list here. Stop throwing my cards. Walter, are you still there, Walter? We'll check the list. Is Alla still there? Is Marianne still there? I know Betty is. I see Betty's picture. And Donna. All right, so if I don't hear from Walter and I don't hear from Alla, and if I don't hear from Marianne, I'm going to go to Betty. Oh, there we are. Okay, cool. We'll do Marianne and then Betty. We'll skip Walter and Alla. I think they left. Whoop. Throw them around again. That's me. If I didn't throw the cards, I don't know. That's how I get them mixed up in the order that you need to have it in, right? If I didn't flip them around, they would be, oh my goodness. But I really like to throw less. And I just realized I threw one way over there. Way over there. All right. A little shuffy. And then, yeah, this is the one. Oh, well, you got the chop wood, carry water one. Right. So in the upright position, chop wood is talking about dealing with those mundane tasks. This would be, where you literally, whether it's in a relationship, in prosperity, in your home environment, is taking care of those little things, like literally, wash the table, organize your stuff, do a mind, clean your thoughts up. Chop wood, carry water. That's the whole thing, right? This is not the have a whole bunch of fun card. This is do those minor little work. Like this would be file your taxes, right? For me, this is when I get this one, I'm like, oh man, I gotta do those things I don't like to do, those things that I don't really find are like the creative or fun things, man. So there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. So you know how when you prune the buds off of a bread, or deadhead a flower, right? When you deadhead a flower, that's so more blooms can come out, right? So that's kind of the process that you're in now. Is just pruning off the dead stuff off the branch so that the new life can come about. And taking your attention away from your goal is what allows your goal to just manifest in the way that it needs to manifest, as opposed to being directed by us, because we try to control the outcome so much. So it's just allowing it to naturally come to you in the way that it's supposed to, because you're just dealing with it'd be like taking a step or taking a breath or going from moment to moment, as opposed to being down in the end zone going, this is where I want it to end up. Right? It's just knowing that you're on the first yard line and you got to take steps all the way to that spot. So when you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive an aha moment. When you're within a relationship, even though they can go into those lulls and stuff, right now, just hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, Pick up socks, tell a dumb joke. So it's just those routine moments within life. They're not very exciting or glamorous, but they're still necessary in moving life along, right? And sometimes it's nice, like when you sit there, let's say in a relationship, you go and grab a book and you're both just reading, but you're in each other's presence but there's not that, that push for anything within the relationship at this time. So I hope that resonated with you. Same thing within prosperity. Just dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure, you're doing those little things that we maybe push to the side because they're not, the things that we're naturally enjoy, or they're not the big ticket items, right? So it's time to do those little finer details. Okay, Betty, this is for you. And then we got Donna. Betty and Donna. Just perfect. All right. This dude right here. Betty, loyal heart. So we had this card already today too. Number 35. So loyal heart means that the people that are around you right now. So that's not the right one. Because I went to 25, not 35. It's a very different number. Very different meaning with that card. All right. Loyal heart, Betty. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they're faithful, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Your relationships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, loyalty, faithfulness are being shown to you. But are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting divine protection. In prosperity, your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions, where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of Spirit, your manifestation partner. So I think that's really, really nice. So there, I think that's a really good message for you, Betty. Right, that loyal heart. And now the card for Donna. Surviving life itself, yes. Donna. So you'll have to let me know how that felt for you, if that felt like it really resonated with you. And Donna. Do you feel loyal to your dreams? Do you feel loyal to the people in your life? And if not, the people that you don't necessarily feel loyal to, maybe you can, let them go, or the roles or, dreams that you don't feel loyal to, just let them go. Clear up the space to find the things that actually, you hold true value to, and that you feel is loyal to you, and you're going to be loyal in return. Donna. Go the distance again. Good. I'm so happy. Reach out at any time. And if anyone wants a full oracle reading, just let me know and I can share the link for booking that. Like I said, it's $45 Canadian for the reading, and you get it's 5 different decks that I pull from, and then I'll do additional cards as necessary to provide clarity. And then there's also my intuitive take on what the message is. So I intuit what the message means as well. So for Donna at number 47, Go the Distance. We already talked about this card. I think it's twice, and this is the 3rd time that it's shown up today. So apparently it's really important for us to know that it's a distance run. It's not a sprint. I think in life now we're all about instant, right? Can I get my stuff right now? Can I get it right now? Can I have my dinner right now? Can I get it through the drive-through? Can I order it from Amazon? Is it going to arrive in my house tomorrow? Right? Like we're all about instant, right? We even with phones, right? We get a text message and we expect the person to respond to us right away. And we almost get annoyed that they're not responding to us right away. Or we feel that drive that as soon as someone texts us, we need to immediately take our phone and respond back to them, right? So there's that pressing, that pressure to be instant right now. But life isn't a sprint. It's a marathon, right? If you've got 60 years, 80 years, 100 years, 105 years, whatever time you've got in your life, that's a long time. It's not an immediate thing, right? So, so definitely just, looking at that as being a message. Okay. So the Go the Distance, it's definitely not a sprint. Take your time, do things, methodically, make sure that you're being authentic and aligned with who you are and what your goals are. And same thing with relationships, build those strong foundations and make sure that they're aligned to who you authentically are. And then things will just turn out so positive and beautiful for you. Okay. So that's all for today, but I am back tomorrow. I start with a collective reading and then I go into individual reading, card pulls. And at some point I'll be scheduling just a session on TikTok where I will go together with that. But my watch is actually giving me trouble and saying it's time for me to get up and move around. So I'm going to do that. I love you, Donna. I hope that really resonated with you. And I mean, I know that's not one of those cards where it's like, woohoo, right? Like there's huge message with it. But just, but it is a good message for us too, because we do tend to get into that, like it's got to be now, right? But if you everything comes in divine timing. And if you just keep doing the work in an authentic manner, what you're working towards will show up for you when it's time for it to show up for you. But know that it is coming. It's just life's not a sprint. So you can't expect things to be instant. But on that note, I think I got a notification that my Amazon order just arrived. Kimbella, I have to pull a card for you, my dear. I do have one more card to pull. I'm so glad you sent that little face, because that little face reminded me. Okay, Kimbella, we have one more card. And who knows, maybe this message will be relevant for you as well. Right. You never know who the message is going to be relevant for. All right. I do. Thinker is the card, number 44. We have not got this one yet today, so get my voice ready. 44, Thinker. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, which is really cold right now. Essential meanings: strategy, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. I do pull a card in the morning. I come on here live every day, pretty much at 9 a.m., sometimes a little bit later, but mostly every day at 9 a.m. And I pull cards. I do a collective reading. And then after the collective reading, I pull cards for people for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. The one day I ended up going for 3 hours, but it was the weekend. So I'm going to finish reading Kimbella's card, and then I'll pull a card for you, even though Kimbella was going to be my last card, but I'll pull a card for you. Okay. So the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment, there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Relationship message. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work, and should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Prosperity message. Calculated action is called for now. It is important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friends right now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. I think that fits right now, Kimbella. I think your whole time right now is you got to definitely write those lists and do the and strategize, plan it out, think about, like, be logical and analytical, and write everything down, and organize or get organized. Okay, I think that's what you need to do right now. And I think if you do that, then if you're talking about going home at Christmas time, I think that's definitely going to happen. But you need to plan and be analytical in this moment, logical about what's going on. Okay, Sarah, your card, and then I'm off for the day. Off to do other things. Hi, Nugget. I don't know if you're still there, but. Okay, did that make sense to you, Kimbella? All righty. Oops, Sarah. Mending. And I love this card. Number 52, mending. So forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. You're welcome, Kabbalah. You've come in a relationship. You've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you are to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? And only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. Prosperity message. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of the long-term, sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Okay. So I hope that that resonated with you, Sarah. And I think that it's important that, you know, we do go through that state of mending any of those, you know, hurts that we may have caused, or mending, you know, and working with somebody if they've hurt you, right? Sometimes we say that we've accepted an apology, but we don't really feel like we've received the right apology, right? Say, you know, and oh, that's awesome. That is so good. So make sure that it's just resolved to a point where you both feel that you've been heard and understood, and that, you know, they feel that it's been appropriately redressed. Okay. So work on that. And yeah, but if you've already done that, then that's amazing. And just remember, forgiveness isn't saying that what they did was okay. Forgiveness is just saying that you're not going to hold on to the energy from it anymore. You're going to let it go. That you just forgive that it happened. It doesn't make it right necessarily, but that it happened. It's done. It's over. Right. That's what forgiveness is all about. So you're not stuck with that negative energy. But I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and I will see you all then. Thank you so much for joining and for your interaction with this. But I love you. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Let's hit that one. Have a great day.